Goedemiddag, good afternoon. Um, I'm Sounil Soebeda. I will start with the presentation already. Short disclaimer, I'm delivering this presentation on behalf of myself. I'm not a part for this presentation from any government agents or any company related to this. So there's a short disclaimer before we can start. So a short and a quick agenda, a bit about me, about my company Soebeda Cybersecurity, some very quick basics about cybersecurity, but I guess you have already heard on a lot of presentation about cybersecurity. Some roles in the technical field of cybersecurity, a roadmap how you are able to become a cybersecurity engineer, the skills and some training and certifications, what is required or what you should be able to apply in this field. AI, we know everyone that AI is a hot topic, but also related to technical roles in the cybersecurity. Some AI-related roles will be mentioned. At the end, I have some motivation tips, and hopefully if there is time left, you are able to ask some questions. So this is quick and short about my profile, who I am, what I'm doing. Due to time limitation, I'm not going too in depth, but this is quick about myself. Short about my company, Soebeda Cybersecurity. We are focusing on cybersecurity consultancy and training items. Here are some of the consultancy part where we are working for the Netherlands mostly, but also assignments and projects in India. Here are some of the states in India where we are working with universities and colleges, but also with other IT and cybersecurity company in India, Singapore, Malaysia, etc. Some of the trainings part what we are doing, and quick short about our team who are also a speaker or teammates in conferences across the globe. Is one of the sample in Kochi in India. Here another one on cybersecurity conference in Singapore. So moving to the topics, defense in depth is one of the common keywords that we are currently using. So short explanation about it. So when a hacker don't want or will not only try to hack your environment by the door, they are also trying to use other ways to come inside your network. And that could be not only the front door, your back door, or any kind of other items what they are able to use to hack your system. So based on that, hackers are trying to meet all those kind of environment where they are able to hack. So it could be related, moving forward to the computers, to your network part, so your network, firewall, router, switches, those kind of items. Your endpoint protection, you are able to disable the endpoint protection and still you are able to take over the machines or make use of access control part. Based on your application security, you are able to bypass it, but also website security part. So there are several layers where you should be able to protect. If our system and our environment is our mission critical one, we try to prevent it, but also on those layers you want to protect it. So those are here some of the overviews how you should be able to, and which kind of points you need to mention or focus. Reason why I'm showing this slide is also, you will see also part of prevention related to policy and security operation centers where they are able to prevent it, but also related to business, where businesses are trying to be sure that the systems are up and running and you should be able to proceed. So moving forward on the domains in cybersecurity, actually moving forward, we are knowing a small part of the cybersecurity what we are seeing. So that is the common person ask us, but you are in the cybersecurity, and so that is only the field what they are considering that we are working. But if you move forward and go in depth, we are actually dealing with any item and any environment what is connected to an internet or have any connection what can be disrupted. So it could be related to drone security, ICS, SCADA in the industrial one, but also combination with deepfake, cloud security, etc. So as you can see, there are more underwater than we are able to see above. So related to all those items, there are also jobs available and job opportunities in this field. So here are some of the domains. We split it up in domains. As you can see at the right below corner, the offensive, known, the ethical hacker, pen testing, those are most the common words that very often will be heard. But threat intel could be a part, defensive part where you want to try or protect those offensive one. You will see security operations one, where the SOC or the monitoring part or doing digital forensics part can be an item. On education, on trainings, you will see a lot of, is also another domain or field. Application related, as I mentioned, website, web application, mobile apps, those are all a part on the application one. And the management part, cloud security and architecture one. So currently, for this session, we will skip the architecture one, the management part, but more focus in the offensive and the defensive one. So there are 10 reasons why a person should be able to consider or learn more about cybersecurity. Here they are able to see there are huge demand on cybersecurity experts across the globe, but also in Netherlands. And for the Netherlands, I'm able to say there are more demand in the Netherlands for experienced cybersecurity specialists, so that give persons the opportunity. But as I mentioned, experienced one, so a person should have experience. So the question will raise, and in one of the slides I will explain that also, how are you able to get those experience? So, but that is one of the part. There are good salaries packages available. For women, there are also opportunities in the cybersecurity field. You can travel across the globe if you want or like, have those assignments to work outside. So there are plenty of them where you should be able to consider if you want to move forward. Knowing that persons are from the IT background and they should be able to make a decision if you are from the non-technical field or the technical field. So those roles, mostly from the non-technical fields, are moving into the cybersecurity field. But as I mentioned, this is a technical session, so we go moving forward to the technical roles. Mostly those kind of roles you will see, they are able to make the switch easier and have more opportunity to get a job in the cybersecurity with those background knowledge already. So, as you have seen, there are some roles available, the ethical hacker, the pen testers, you will hear very often. In this slide, you are able to see there are more, and huge more. It's not complete one of the slides, but there are here a highlight. At least 50, 60 of them you are able to see. So those options you should be able to consider or could be moving forward in this field. By having the knowledge and skills to go in this field, you should be able to have a proper infrastructure or networking skills, as I mentioned, from IT background to field. A good basics cloud and add-on could be anything related to cloud security, help you also. For programming, at least persons who are starting in the programming language, my advice will be jump into Python. And not only for cybersecurity, for data science could be also interested, but moving forward, starting with a point, programming in Python could be. Understanding about endpoint protection, what's going on, and your background on knowing how to troubleshoot in IT will help you also. As I mentioned, some AI-related role. So the combination you will see AI with security. Machine learning with security, threat intel, what we already had in the previous slide about the role, but combination with AI. So you will see, you are able to see the combination. Even one of the roles where security and data science are merging, so they are able to work together. So 2-3 years ago, there was separate fields, data science or cybersecurity. So with AI, you are able to see the mix of them, a kind of overlap. So these are also future roles what should be available or will be soon available to focus on it. So even from the technical and as non-technical point of view, if you want to move, which kind of soft skills you need to have. So the communication skills could be management skills, especially for the non-technical roles as managers, CISOs. For those could be interested the management skills, analytic thinking part. Those students who are in the universities having learning about all those kind of parts should be a part where you should be able to consider. Risk management, to work together with team building, but also the ethical understanding, especially with AI in the mind, policies, development, and security trainings related items could be. As I mentioned, now the experience one. How do we get the experience, or how and what kind of options we should consider to get the experience? So the first tip will be consider to be and have a mindset as an ethical hacker. What should an ethical hacker do, or what should a hacker do? So even you are not a hacker or an ethical hacker, what should he or she do if they want to come into your network? So with that mindset, it will help you to proceed. So join this kind of conferences, you are able to ask questions. I know from the last 11 years that I'm in the cybersecurity field, the cybersecurity companies, communities are very open, willing to support, advise persons to move also in this field. They are not charging for you to give you an advice and go take this kind of training or follow this kind of course or check on YouTube this kind of channel that help you to grow. So make use of those environment where you are able to get it. My tip will be, as we have seen some of those domains, make a list of some of those in the domains and focus on 2-3 items on those domains. Based on that, you should be able to go in depth, read books about it, join LinkedIn or any platform, social platform where you are able to get more information about it. Based on that, you should be able to go in depth and get more information. There are plenty of them, more options, so I will not go through one by one, but those kind of situation will help. My advice will be also, don't directly buy a training or just go to a training center and just, everyone is talking about ethical hacker, let's join an ethical hacker training. You can join an ethical hacking training, but that don't give you a guarantee that you will get a job. Experience is more important than only your certification. So that the combination need to be added. So that will be my advice, but based on those tips you should be able to consider. So if I go a bit in depth about a security engineer or ethical hacker, what we call, but mostly security engineer is the common word what we are using. You should be familiar with this kind of stuff. So indeed you can't read it, but there are too many, as you can see. There are too many items that you need to focus. Security, network security, application security, sniffing, all those items. Some of them were already mentioned in some of those trainings. So based on this, you should have a better understanding, or you should be able to willing to learn and go in depth in some of them. So you don't, as I mentioned, you don't need to read it all one by one, but you can see there are huge. Back on the operating systems, you should be familiar with this kind of environment. Linux, Windows, and which in depth about it, Mac OS, Android also should be on the list, and iOS also, mobile devices. Networking part, some of them should be familiar. Basics about cybersecurity has been mentioned, and some programming, as I mentioned, but also Linux, Bash will help you. So when I put it together in a kind of roadmap, which approach you should be able to use, should be my advice, try to follow this kind of roadmap, where you are able to get the basics about operating systems, networking, infrastructure skills, students who are still take your graduation, because the graduation is useful in the future, and even no matter which kind of branch you are moving, that will help you in the future also. As I mentioned, some basic programming. Try to get at least 2 years experience and then consider those kind of trainings at ethical hacking or those kind of part to move, to get those kind of certification in this part. So join also a hackathon, capture the flag. I know there is now already going a hackathon and a capture the flag here also. Try to join also those kind of sessions. They give you a lot of experience to how you should be able to work related to real situations. But also a bit more about certification, example the AWS, Google, Azure, etc., depending on. And of course focus also a bit on your soft skills. So based on that you should be able to proceed. I'm getting very often the question, I don't want to follow those steps, I would directly want to bypass it. Could be one advice, but shouldn't be my advice. So try to follow this advice, especially students who are considering and say, I don't need a 2 years experience, let's jump directly to that. So mostly they call me or email me and said, no, I need to wait, or I need to consider, or go more in depth in the technical field, or I need to have those kind of skills of experience before we get the job. So that should be one of the advice. For the freshers and starters, we call it, there are some parts which and these are top 5 skills of last year reports which you can see related to technical skills, what is a must. Some of the non-technical skills, what should be and can be used in your job environment, and top personal skills could be useful for you all to proceed. So due to time, I need to skip some and I will go a bit faster, otherwise maybe you don't have time for question answer. So to summarize it and kind of the steps, so the persons who are working, please go further what you are doing, keep your job, don't quit your job and jump in directly into the cybersecurity field. Studying students, please proceed. So, but beside that, you are able to investigate some of the domains. My advice will be take maximum three of those domains in the first slide with all the domains you was able to see. Research and do some small kind of research on the skills what need for those domains. Just Google it, ask ChatGPT, they will give you a proper list which kind of skills you need to have and how you should be able to proceed. Create by yourself a study plan, how you should be able to focus, and on timelines, how you should be able to proceed on it. Then you should be considering course trainings, combination of it, where you should be able to add. And courses and trainings don't mean that you need to pay always. Check on Udemy or YouTube, there are free content also available. So you are able to go and be familiar with the basics of it. During the period, monitor also on the job market. Go to Monsterboard or any kind of job marketplaces to see which kind of roles in the cybersecurity are still demand on it. Focus on that, be aware. Try to find a mentor who can help you, guide you, and actually the mentor part we can put it also on number 4 during the preparation part of your study plan or doing your research. You can also reach out to a mentor who can help you or guide you on those levels. And then you should be able to apply and be ready to prepare to get a job or apply for a job. So quickly, what's pen testing? Here I will go a bit quicker, sorry for that. Here are some of the steps. Here the combination, vulnerability management and pen testing has been explained. But moving forward to the cloud security one and cloud engineer. Here are the top listed one. AWS, Azure and cloud are the toppers. For the Europe and the Netherlands market, actually I know that Azure is more, I guess, in use than AWS. AWS I'm seeing mostly in US and Asia a bit more. Cloud, the Google Cloud should be below at the third one. So that is a kind of shift. So as I mentioned, use the free resources that are public available. Here are for both and three environments where you should be able to get free access. You only need to create an account, a free account, and you are able to get the content on any of them. So if you want to become a bit familiar with the cloud environment, should be this kind of approach, will be my advice. Here are from the security point of view, the steps that you can take. The orange one or yellow one is related to security. Based on that, you are able to improve your skills and moving forward. So digital forensics one is also one of the roles. Quickly short about it. Here are more names related to digital security. Security forensic expert, digital forensic analyst are common names for this kind of. Here, more of those names you will see very often. Be aware that before you are able to become a digital forensic, you need to have a proper ethical hacking background and understanding the ethical hacking part. So digital forensic is mostly an add-on on your on your ethical hacking platform. Also in any of the training or training material, if you are looking for forensics, you will see that at least 60–70% are already covered in your ethical hacking. You will get only the forensics way of working, what should be able to add as a forensic investigator. So by data has been deleted from your hard disk, how to recover, you will first need to understand how hard disk and data has been stored. Based on that, you are able to understand how you are able to recover. And the recovery part is mostly for those digital forensics one. Here more roles. So as you can see, on digital forensic, there are also a lot of them possibilities. Bit about training and certification. I will go and highlight one of the training some of the training programs related to this, an ethical hacking training program, RCC, we call it. We are partner for Rochester certification one for the Netherlands, Europe, and for the India market, and dealing on cybersecurity. Big about the company, I will skip for this. But here you are able to see a kind of roadmap, which kind of certification part. And you can see you first need to start maybe in stage 1, stage 2, and so you are able to get your skills and knowledge. Maybe in stage 2 and 3 you are able to skip some of them because you're not interested in the SOC or in the forensics or the PKI, the cryptography one. Then you should be able to get that basic knowledge, and based on that you should be able to proceed. Here, a bit more about the training. For time limitation, I will skip it for now, sorry. Here are some more trainings that's coming on and related to, and they have also included the RC AI related in combination with cybersecurity trainings. So, a question, this is a report of the Dutch police and the Europol. So as cyber expert, the health situation, I guess it should be fine. Skills, they have a lot. The condition should also, and they are able to get a good amount of money. But this could be, if you are cybercrime, you are already put it in a jail, and it could be that your life will look like as this. So this will be a tip for those who, it's up to you. Make your decision which kind of one you want. So, almost at the end, I want to share two quotes actually. One is of my dad. My dad passed away a long time ago, but he mentioned everything we do should be aimed to become a better version of ourselves. So that can be applied to ourselves, not only related to cybersecurity, to any items what we are doing and any part what we are doing. And the other way, from Mahatma Gandhi, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the services of others. So also being a volunteer on any projects, on any part, it will give you added value to be and learn on it. So that is two quotes I just want to share. Hope I'm in time and we have time for questions. And as I mentioned, I'm happy to answer the questions in Dutch, English or in Hindi, but I will explain it for those who are asking in Hindi or also in Dutch, but you are free to ask the question.